All right. Hey, we're going. We're live. We're live. Now,
It takes a couple seconds before.
Come on now. Come on.
Do the opening.
We in. We're here.
You don't have it?
This is it. You got to do it again.
Oh, wow.
Yes, the file.
Wow,
Hey.
sounds great.
The men.
It's the Manhood tree. But
The Manhood tree.
We live, baby.
Pod.
Podcast.
The Manhood tree. Pod.
We're all live, by the way. Just to let you know that. Just in case you're
The
not.
Manhood tree. Pod. Ow!
All right, we're here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see us live on
I see us live.
Oh yeah, there we go.
We live.
All right. Turn down your
You
volume.
got to turn your volume on your phones. That's what we hear. The feedback.
Cool.
So
Killed that.
I came up with that last week. I mean, it was
Yes.
we didn't have any guests,
Clue.
so I decided to just go get it in.
Somebody's
Is that my fault?
somebody's thing. Whose phone is on?
Is it me?
You weren't following us, Blink? That's what you just showed me? You were never following us, Blink.
You never followed us.
He never followed
It's
us.
following.
Now you're following us now?
It's been following.
Okay, I just saw you press the button. I'm just curious.
man.
You got quick fingers.
All right, welcome
fingers.
back
That's what she said.
to the Manhood Tree Podcast. My name is Abdul Rahman bin Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
And sitting across from me is,
Alonzo Lee Beckett.
and to the right of me today we have a special guest,
JG Kemp.
Hey.
and to the left of me we have another special guest.
Yes, sir. Keandre Gillespie, Mr. Rise and Grind.
Sir.
wait.
What's up?
You put Tyrone in it. That's the new joint. I saw. What's that?
That was because my Facebook ads. I was making money on Facebook, but they wouldn't pay me because my name wasn't. So I had to add that, you know.
Oh, okay.
You had to throw it out
This
there. Let them
guy's,
know.
this guy's unbelievable.
So tonight on the show, this is our last show of this season. We've had 32 episodes,
Wow. That's
Fantastic episode.
and now we're going to take a week off so Alonzo can refresh and revive, recharge,
Yes.
and then we're going to come back and we're going to do 10 episodes focusing on the Manhood Tree curriculum. So you start.
Yeah.
You've done the group.
Actually, Blink's done the group.
Yeah, you've done the group.
I've done the group.
You've done half of the
He
group.
has not. He has not done the
Hasn't
group.
done.
He hasn't?
Okay, you can get in the
You
group.
gotta get Keegan in the group.
He'd
But
be great for
basically, the group comprised of 10 sessions. Each session is 2 hours. We focus on roots. We focus on neighborhood. We focus on boyhood, teen, young adulthood, brotherhood, fatherhood, relationships, manhood, and men's health. Those are our 10 topics. And so for every group, there's like those questions. You know how when at the end of the group we did all the questions? You remember that?
I do.
So on the podcast, whoever comes on, we'll do a deep dive with them on those questions.
Okay, good.
It's going to be a deep. I may have to think about how I want to do it because some of the stuff is very private.
Okay.
You know, like if we start talking about your boyhood and, you know, some people might have trauma in their boyhood. And so some of the questions will take us down that path. So I got to think about how we can talk about this stuff, but not expose people too much. We don't want to do that.
Well, that's a decision.
Yeah.
They could choose to.
But no, there's a lot of ways we could talk about those same topics without going into the group material.
AI. Always works.
So today, to start off the group, we're gonna start off with the Dream Chaser
the cards.
deck.
All
The
right,
deck.
all right.
I
So
love
I'm
the
gonna
decks.
give you guys both
Explain
half
the
a
deck.
deck.
Explain the deck.
And what I want you to do is just shuffle it up a little bit and choose one card, and then I want you to pick a card, and then whatever card you get, I want you to read it to the audience, and then give your thoughts on it.
Can you explain the dream deck?
So I created this deck. Here you go, Zo. I created this deck because during COVID, you know, even me, right? Sometimes I might have a down day. So I started writing little messages for myself on what are those cue cards. I would write it down.
Fives.
Yeah. And so I had a deck of them. And then I said, this is dope. So every day I would go through that deck. I come to work, I would just go through it. And so then I said, you know what, this might be a good product. So I'm always trying to figure out something I could sell.
Always innovating.
And so So I created the Dream Chaser deck.
dope.
And you know, I still have a deck at my house that I flip cards every day just to keep myself in a positive mindset as I walk out the door and try to conquer the world.
Very important.
And so, so Jason, what card did you get, and what are your thoughts about it?
It's JG.
JG,
Trust the process.
talk about
I like
it.
that.
Trust the process. Very important. Faith. You got to know that. You know, you were made to do what you were doing, and you know you're gonna get rid of the ships and go all in. Trust the process.
I like it. All right, Zoe, what you got?
Well, I got say this loud while looking in the mirror. I love you.
Oh,
Well,
talk about it.
This makes me feel like affirmations.
Yeah.
All right. So I do affirmations every morning in the mirror. So those one of the affirmations I do say is that I do love myself. I think I'm great. I think I do not know it all, but I think I'm willing to learn. Money will come to me in abundance. It's already on its way. I say a lot of things like that to myself. So that's basically, this card just makes me think about all those things. Like, I agree. You should say those things because words are, I know you people heard, like, words are spells, right?
Yeah.
So you say them out loud, say them enough, they become true to me. That's all I believe. So you say you love yourself, eventually you keep saying it over and over again. You will, if you don't, begin to love yourself, I think.
If you just say it every day.
Right. If you say it every day.
I think you're right.
Affirmations.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Keandre, what you got?
So mine is do more than expected.
Nice.
So, that's a nice
I like that one.
So I live by that, man.
Yeah.
That's me all day. Rise and grind.
Yep.
You know, get up, get after it. You know, like even with music, when I was in the studio, we was looking at Pac. Pac would just make a bunch of songs.
Right.
So you just gotta keep going after it.
Just keep going after
You
it.
know, if you pushing something, it's not one Facebook post. You gotta do 10 times what you thought you was really doing. Feel me?
Letting out the sauce today.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's what it's about, man. You can't make nothing happen without going above and beyond.
I love it. All right, let's see what I got. Mine says, get outside and breathe some good air. You know what? I didn't do that today. I've been in the office all day.
You ain't look at the flowers.
I didn't go outside. But, I mean, basically, it's just saying, like, every now and then, take a walk around the block. And get out there and, you know, you could put a pause on the day and get some good air, feel good. I think this is like talking about exercise a little bit and staying healthy. And I think that's very important.
Definitely.
All right.
All right. Boom.
So today's topic, we're going to talk about on the Manhood Tree podcast, we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. I feel like we got 4 entrepreneurs in here,
100%.
4 fathers in here.
100%.
And I want to talk about balance. I think the real topic is balance.
Definitely.
Is like everything else. So because we could probably add to entrepreneurship and fatherhood a couple more things. What else could we add to, like, if you were thinking about your lives, what else could we add to it other than entrepreneurship and fatherhood that you need to balance? What about you're married, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So being a husband,
Yep.
you're in a relationship,
Family.
family. So
Maybe being when the older people in your family pass on, the matriarchs, patriarchs. So now you're kind of
taking into
you have a
that
different role, like
okay.
a different role.
So moving into a higher position in your family. Okay, this is all. So our topic today is balance, and all the things that we have to kind of like carry in doing that. So, what I would like to do is start off with talking about our businesses. So you mentioned Rise and Grind.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the business, how it got started, why you do it, and so on and so forth.
Okay, cool. So I got a few businesses. So PB Dollar Entertainment was the start.
Okay.
So Paper Boys, music, you know, we put out albums. And so we had a tour in Germany and Africa. So I went to Africa and I was out there and we was doing music. So I seen people wanted our clothes. They loved the music, but they wanted our clothes. So I was like, wow, this is I gotta get into the merch.
Right.
I gotta understand the merch lane or whatever. So I came home and I'm brainstorming and I seen like people wasn't really grinding. They wasn't getting after it. And that's something that I was doing all the time. So I came up with the name Rise and Grind.
Yeah.
From there I was like, okay, I know people love clothes. So my whole business thoughts was like selling overseas because I seen how much they love the clothes. But when I started doing it, people home started gravitating to it. So I just ran with it.
Okay.
So I got that business. I'm in business with my sister for Hairport Beauty Salon.
Yep.
Got that. What else? Right now, that's it. Hairport Beauty Salon, Rise and Grind, PB Dollar with the events. You know, we do some big events. We do the Whiteout. We do the ABX, and we just did the Music Fest with my guy June. So
Yeah, I heard that was a good time.
yeah, it was great, man. It was
Yeah, I
great.
missed it. I was at the.
I was there.
I was at the Alpha cookout.
I was there.
We had a cookout today. All right, what do you got,
Well,
JG?
I'm a realtor, man. I'm a real estate mogul.
Okay,
That's what I am. That's what I do. That's what I've been built to do.
how'd you get into that? Tell me about
Well,
the process.
I was playing football at University of New Haven. Money ran out. I was living on campus, not paying no tuition.
Yep.
And my man Percy Price got offered the opportunity to try out for the Miami Dolphins.
Nice.
So he moved to South Beach, and I asked to move down there with him, and moved out there with him. And so we was living on South Beach, and I was working at the Clevelander, having fun. I had my oldest daughter, who was probably about 3 right now, about 3. And I had an opportunity to move a friend of mine back to the Bronx, and I didn't want to. And a friend of mine said, "You should go back to your daughter."
Okay.
Percy was just about to take a 7-day course in real estate, so that was already in my head. So when I got back, long story short, I was like working for Comcast in New Haven, and I was dealing with Gene at the barbershop, Supreme Clientele.
Okay. Yeah, he was supposed to come on today.
I told this story before.
What happened?
He's on Blink's show coming up. I saw the promo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Kind of took her, I guess.
But yeah, Andre Manson, Big Dre,
Yeah.
came through the barbershop in a brand new Benz, and I seen him, and I was like, this is one of those times that changed my life. And it was a humbling experience because I just asked him what he did. He said, "I'm a real estate agent." I said, "Could you teach me?"
Yeah.
He said, "Come to the office Wednesday." I went to the office, and I found my passion.
I love it. So what was the first property you bought?
Vine and Edgewood,
Okay.
2006. I was about, 28, 29 years old. Just recently bought it back.
Okay.
Yeah, I told the story many times too. Yeah. Bought it about 4,000 square foot, 2-family, like a little mini mansion. I always loved it, so yeah, I bought it back.
That was the spot. That was the spot, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of happened up here.
Yeah, we
That's
used to go
what
over
a
there,
lot. That's what me and Zoe kind of like
Yeah.
started blending and clicking,
Okay.
and we started getting into the music. And a lot happened in that house.
Right.
You know,
So it started off. You bought a 2-family. How far have you been able to take it when you talk about real estate?
oh man, gee, bro, I had at one point I had like 7, 8 properties.
Okay.
Some big properties. I wish I still had to this day.
But you're not just a real estate developer. You also help people buy homes as well. That's
Yeah,
part
I
of
do.
it.
I mean, at this point, I've been doing this for 21 years, man. There's no deal that I can't do. I mean, from commercial, land, rental, multi-investment, single. I mean, you name it. I mean, wholesale. My niche is rehab homes. That's been my bread and butter. Now I'm getting into probate, pre-foreclosure.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, Alonzo,
Hey.
tell us about any video.
What would you like to know? What would you like to know exactly?
I'm all about origin stories.
We had an episode about that.
Yo,
Let me try to think.
Now everybody, I just want you to tell me about the beginning. Don't be a difficult guest. Like, do it. Tell me about it.
The beginning. Well, actually, Keith was part of the beginning.
Okay.
So he was part of the beginning. I used to go to, I always believed, like I worked at ESPN when I got out of college. I worked at Channel 30. I worked those 2 jobs. You want to do, you want to get into TV and entertainment and all those things. So I thought ESPN was the way to go. I love sports. Did that. Was there for 2 years. Didn't like it. One day during the shift, went into my highlight supervisor and said, I quit, man. I can't do this no more. And he was cool. He was like, all right, cool. He was on the phone. Just let me go. And when I left, I saw like a bunch of other kids coming in, looking like how I used to look, like, oh, man, this is amazing. So I'm like, yo, they don't care. Like, nothing's
come
gonna
in
change.
every
Nothing's
day.
changing when I leave.
Yeah.
But when I was there, I got like a wedding from someone I thought was I thought her name was Robin Roberts. I thought it was Robin Roberts from ESPN, but it was some random person named Robin Roberts. And she ended up paying me for the wedding, but I ended up paying like $1,500 for the wedding, and that was as much as I got like for a whole month at ESPN.
Okay.
$1,500 at that time back in 2000. So I left Channel 30. I still worked there for a while. Didn't like it. Then I started my minor was communications. Started doing communications work with social work. Excuse me. My major was communication. Minor was sociology. Did that, but I just never stopped editing. Like even when we used to go to track house, I would just be there just editing every day, even though I didn't have a job. Right. And the wife was doing everything. I would go there every day, and people used to come through, like artists and stuff. So then I started doing like grinding in CT because they just always around. Right. It's like, hey, I'll do a video for you, and just to make sure they wouldn't say no, I just say it's free.
I would like to say Paper Boys was the first host on the first
grinding.
Okay.
And I like to add in that, you know what I'm saying, Keek was an inspiration for a lot of the CT movement.
Okay.
Thanks.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, the documentary is coming out in the video, The Evolution of a Dream. It's coming out. Well, yeah. So I was there editing every day, just like perfecting the craft, the 10,000 hours thing we talk about.
Yep.
Not really knowing. I used to see you used to come through there. I still being a
come through there.
Right. So
I wasn't doing no albums. I used to do poetry. I was doing some poetry.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
So
I was a famous poet.
No, back in the day, I knew from Tracy.
Yeah. I was famous.
That's why I was like, oh, Tracy, who's that guy with you? That's how
trust me, I took
shout out Mind Evolution.
Yeah, shout out to Mind Evolution.
But yeah, so I just did the in the DVDs. I did those to generate money because at the time I didn't have any. I mean, I had a degree, but I never thought they could give me as much money as I could make by myself. I always thought I could make way more money if I just do what I want to do and figure it out. Right. Than anybody could ever pay me to like work for them. Yeah. So I would go to the office and I would edit. We do DVD after DVD and just perfecting the craft. Yeah. And over time, it evolved from music videos to now I do like documentaries and corporate stuff when I don't even see those people anymore. Right. So it evolved into that only because that's all I do every day. Yeah. Right?
Over time.
Yeah. Over time, and that's what I thought always thought if right now no one cares, but in 10 years. I'm going to be doing it for 10 years at least.
This is a question I like to ask all of you. So, one of the things that I'm very interested in is young men, right? So, all of us were young men at one time. So all of us, you guys seem to be around the same age.
Still pretty
right?
young. Still pretty young.
No. We're all around the same age.
No.
I know I have a gray beard, but I'm not that older than you guys. So let's be honest. But it's like, what would you say to a young man? Right now, like somebody like 20 years old, 25 years old, who is, because I think there's a lot of young men, like even your younger self. If you could get a hold of your younger self, 20 years old you, 23-year-old you, what information would you give them based on what you've gone through in your lives now that you know something that they might not, they might feel like, yo, it's not happening fast enough, it's not going the way I want to. What message would you give your younger self if you had an opportunity to speak to him?
I would say read for one.
Okay.
Read, and be a sponge. Like, listen. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I would also say action. Like, a lot of people got a lot of ideas, but they don't take action. Right. Like, I got friends that talk about all types of businesses, but nobody moving.
Nobody moving, right.
I'm a mover. Like, I'm an action taker. Then I come back and be like, how could I fix this? How could I... You know, if I made a mistake, how do I correct it? Right. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go.
Got to go.
That's powerful.
Another one would be attention. You got to get people's attention. Okay. If you don't got attention, nobody know about you. Right. If I can't get your attention, then that's why I love Facebook ads and stuff like that, because it grabs people's attention. Of course. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So action, attention. There was one more thing you said. What was the first one?
Action, attention.
Reading.
Yeah,
yep. You got to read. Reading. All right, what you going to add to that? I should have brought my pad. Now we're getting into the stuff.
Well, I would say...
Young JG, 23 years old.
What would you say?
What would you say to that dude?
Well, momentum is real.
Okay.
Right? Consistency, day in and day out. Belief, faith, have faith. You know what you believe in is going to work. Mm-hmm. Prayer, believing in a higher power, whoever and whatever that might be for you. Mm-hmm. And 1% every day. 1% every day, compound interest.
Okay, I like
You know,
that.
keep building.
Yep.
You know, and don't stop.
Yeah.
You know, don't stop.
What about you, Zoe? What would you say to yourself?
Well, a lot of things they kind of already said.
Yeah.
Like, I would some of the things that I used to say to myself then, like, cause I equate everything to like basketball.
Okay.
Like one day you can't dribble with your left hand, but if you go there every day, one day you're gonna be nasty with the left, and nobody knows why, but you know why, because you've been dribbling every day.
Right.
So it's like the same thing with whatever I wanted to do. I'll just get really good at it, and eventually I'll be really good at it. So I would tell someone at that age, if you found the one thing is to find your passion. That's the hardest thing to do, because everybody just chase. I want to be this, I want to be that. They don't even like it because they think money's coming from it. Right. So if you find something and you know you love it, then put everything into it, and then find people that you like admire. And don't be, we men, everybody like, I don't know if I admire. Yeah, if you admire a dude, it's cool. It ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You admire him so you can go get something from him, like the sponge thing, like be a sponge. Like,
Yeah.
so go ask questions to people. Go be like, yo, how did you do that?
Right.
You know, it's no stupid question.
Be humble.
Yes, because you are at this point. You don't know. You don't know.
Right.
So just go ask people. Find out if you know what you want to do. Ask people how to advance to what you want to do, and then stay in your craft. Like learn your craft, whatever it is. Be the best, whatever it is at that.
Hey, so what I would say on that though is sometimes it got to be the right people. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to ask everybody because you start to get false information, and that clouds your mind. Like sometimes somebody could tell you how to get to 10 a whole different way, and that's not the right way. And you taking it and you
That's
using
for sure.
it, and so with me, I like to follow people that I like to follow people that I know have done it before,
Yeah.
or showed the way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, what I would add to that is that I would actually tell myself to number one, I say have more fun.
Definitely.
I'm sorry, I know what I've been through in my life, right? So I would say just chill.
I think I had a lot of fun.
I couldn't say that.
No, they had a lot of fun. We had too much. Yeah.
I think I had a lot of fun too. But what I'm saying is that there's a certain point where you're not gonna be having that type of fun anymore.
Nah, true.
And so the point is that be a kid while you're a kid. If I could, I mean, like I don't want to go back in time and make my daughter go away, right? But it's like I would say to myself, yo, slow down, my boy. Don't have no kids right now. Be young. Be it's your time to be young. Be as free as you want.
At 23, you had a child.
I already had a kid.
You didn't have one at 23.
Yeah, I did.
You did? You at 23?
19.
19 too.
20.
I didn't have it yet.
So that's what I'm saying. Like at 19, I was already like I had to go to work because I had to make sure my so it's like I would say to myself like, yo, hey man, wear a condom. Not because I want my daughter to go. I love my daughter. But what I'm saying is that there are decisions that I've had to make ever since I was 19 because I wanted to be a good father. Like I was trying my best. I don't even know if I'm a good father.
Right.
But she won't ever be able to say that I didn't try my best.
Right.
Because ever since she was born, I have had a job. And I've always provided. Now, is fatherhood only providing? No. But that's a starting point.
Yes.
And so, but if I had a choice, I would say, yo, slow down, man. Some of this stuff, yo, you got to be a little smarter with some of this stuff. So you're having fun, but yeah, maybe you should think.
Yeah.
And because it's gonna allow for you to extend the fun. Because there's a lot of there were times where I was having a great time, and then my daughter's mother would come with my daughter and be like, "Let's go, nigga."
Silver. Skirts.
Like, we in the pool party, like and she's like, "Come on, you, come on."
You having all the fun. Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I would like to not have to deal with that. And so I think that I think that in a lot of ways, as our generation of men, I feel like we grew up too fast, in a sense of like we were trying to be, we became men before we were able to fully finish off our young adulthood.
That's deep.
So
Different angles.
Yeah.
So go. All right. So when you're saying that, so that I don't know if this is it's not on the subject, the topic, or whatever. the ten types of fathers, right?
Yes.
We're speaking about some. He has 10 types of fathers, right? So, for example, let's say your father left you when you were 13 years old, right? Because you have the 10 types of fathers. Like when you're young, newborn, you're a certain type of father. Yeah. Then he's a toddler. You're different because he's walking, and then he's in grade school. You're different. Then he's in high school. He's in college. It's like different types of fathers. So let's say your father left you.
Let me go a step deeper, just because you're kind of glazing over my thoughts.
I am.
It's basically saying that there are some fathers, they stop growing. So like some of us have a father. I didn't have this type of father, but I know people that have a father that were really good fathers for a boy. But as soon as their child became a teenager, they didn't know how to deal with him. Mm-hmm. And they checked out of it. Mm-hmm. They basically, they were still trying to teach a teenager like a boy. Mm-hmm. And so therefore, they weren't able to make, like the relationship wasn't able to continue growing because the father was not treating them the way that to their growth. And so the whole concept is that there's 8 different types. Like through the process, you have to continue to grow as a father. You have to continue to be a different type of father as your kid continues to go through teenage years, young adult. And if you still are doing teenage father, not that good. Mm-hmm. Because when you're an adult, there's different needs that you have. There's different expectations. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so what was your point you were trying to make?
My point was saying that kids, so it's stunted. So we're speaking about something. So like, if your dad can rate, he's a good boy dad. When you're a man, he'll know how to speak to you like a man or help you go through that part because maybe his father left him. So he's been like, we have friends that they just act young still. Like they still do young stuff. Like, yo, you can't. But that's as far as they were raised or whatever. Yeah. So that kind of.
Or they raised themselves. They didn't allow themselves to grow.
Right, but they don't know how to either because they didn't have anybody. So I'm just saying that some of the kids, men are we talking about, young kids we're talking about, are product of that, right? Of their fathers not being able to grow past a certain thing. So now no one's there to teach them, and they go learn by themselves from someone else.
I mean, everybody's going to be, who they are and learn from the people that's been around them in their life.
Yeah.
A lot of us didn't have a father to mimic.
Well, this is the thing. One of the things that I look at is that far too often fathers are mimicking their father. Mm-hmm. Like even whatever little knowledge we might have had, we're mimicking. But the dude wasn't doing it right. So we're bringing it to the next generation. Like one of my biggest pet peeves is physical discipline.
Is it?
Biggest pet peeves.
I know that's right.
Because it's stupid. It's like when you really dig down into it, all of us have gotten whoopings. I know we have. I don't even have to. I can just look at you guys. You've all had whoopings. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I don't know anybody that's had a whooping that ever said like, yeah, that really taught me something.
I mean, it did though.
It kind of yes.
Yeah.
Didn't teach me nothing.
It did.
Maybe you guys think differently.
I don't think
it taught me.
Okay, let me ask you this: if it taught you something, let me. Okay. You maybe you're right. So you got one whooping then.
Yeah.
No.
Many.
You got many. So it didn't teach you nothing. Because if you learn something, you don't do the same thing again and get another whooping for the same thing.
I would do something different.
It's something different.
Yeah, do something different.
Listen.
I would do something sneaky.
We've got to stop bringing physical discipline to the next generation.
I think so.
We
don't. I think you already have, though. Do you beat your kid? No, you don't.
But
you?
They
I don't think you do.
I mean,
but they think I will.
No, the important. What I think, the importance of the discipline, the importance of it was, when I was young, I was afraid of certain people in my family. Like, I was afraid of his mom.
Right.
I was afraid of him. Now I'm older. I'm like, what do you mean? But you're young, so you would act right. Because you're afraid that.
But what I'm saying is,
kids don't have that fear.
Why do we beat our children? Tell me.
Because they'll act right.
Like, okay, let's talk about whoopings first of all.
Right.
Are we talking about whoopings? Or are we talking about not whoopings? I'm talking about whoopings.
Yeah. Whoopings. That's what we all call them. Belts. Yes.
Yeah.
Switches. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Switches. Okay.
Anything you can put your hands on.
Anything you put. Okay, you might get hit with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen. That sounds crazy.
And it does.
But think about this.
It does sound crazy.
So listen, this is my situation.
Sounds crazy.
So I'm in a family.
I gotta take off my jacket now. You guys got me thinking that.
Whip them.
No.
My uncle used to always say, "Beat him."
Go ahead, listen, I'm listening to you.
Up, beat him.
So I'm in a family from Bellevue Square.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
My grandmother had 13 kids.
Okay.
I got a lot of cousins.
I know.
We outside jumping off roofs.
Yep.
We outside doing
Yep.
a lot.
Yep. I come from a family of 10.
So you know, so
But my point is,
Wait,
my
did
point
your dad?
is,
Did they beat your dad? Beat you?
yeah, I got
I know.
whoopings.
I know he did.
My father's from Mississippi.
I know. Yes, I know he
But
did.
this
You
is
turned
my-
out great.
When I'm
exactly.
what I'm saying is that when my kids were little, I started off. I'm not gonna tell you guys I'm perfect. I started off with that same mindset.
Me too. Yeah.
But the thing is that what I noticed about myself is that I was becoming worse than my father. I was becoming like my kids were scared. They were scared.
Yeah.
But it wasn't scared, like respectful scared. It wasn't like, oh, dad's gonna be upset. No, they were terrified of me. And so then I started, one day I was gonna discipline my son. My son was getting big. My son's big. You know, he's 6'2", 270 right now.
Yeah, I think I've seen him.
He's a big dude.
Bigger than you.
But when he was on that way up. And you know how you discipline somebody big like that's getting big to make you sure they stay in their place? What do you do?
I do. I know what you do.
Tell me what you do.
You know what I?
What do you do?
Right now, I don't even gotta hit my son anymore. I just tell him I'm disappointed.
No, but what
what I
do
do. I
you
punch him in
do?
his chest.
That's what I
Punch
do.
him in his chest, right? Let's cut to the chase. Like, let's be real right now. And so one day, my little son, he was like 11, 12. And he was getting big. And I was mad about, I don't know what I was really mad about. But I gave him that first punch in the
I
chest.
can't even see that from you.
Yo, this is all an act right here. The monster lives at home.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Hey.
We all put on this mask. We out here.
That's
I know
true.
you guys know I'm Abdul Rock Mama. I know.
Yeah.
But the monster lives at home, right? Listen, but I want to be real with us because, so I punch my son, boom, and it's like to show him that who you think you dealing with right now. I told you to do something, and you're gonna do what right. I'm basically treating him, this little boy, this beautiful little boy. I'm treating him like somebody outside. And so then my wife, I'm still talking to him. I'm about to hit him with the left now. My wife comes up and pulls my arm. Now I push her off, so she stumbles back. So now, you ever have a moment in your life where everything like slows down and you're like looking at everybody and you're like, I can see my wife's face. I can see my son's face.
No alcohol involved.
No, I don't drink, right? This is just discipline.
That's a different type of discipline with no alcohol.
No, we all got whoopings like this.
push to the limit.
I'm being honest with you right
angry.
now.
When you angry, you know.
When I'm being honest with you right now. This is the discipline that we bring into our families, and we're acting like it's okay to hit our kids.
So what happens when you looking and you see the kids hitting the parents?
Well,
So
but before I can address that, right? I'm trying to tell you the story. The end of the story is this. Let me just tell you the end of my story. So everything slows down. I realize I'm wrong. I'm wrong. And on that day, I made a vow I would never lay my hands on a child. And anytime I could talk to a group of men about discipline, because I know where all of us come from in our minds, what we've been through. I know. And I know what you guys do when nobody else is looking. I know what you've done. I know what you've done. Whether you want to admit it or not, I know what you've done. And all I'm saying to you is, it's wrong. And I'm telling you, I'm telling you that it ain't making them better.
But I feel like it's a respect level though.
Respect
Like a
is
kid.
my 270-pound son, us sitting down and having a conversation. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, you think he hasn't done anything wrong in the last 7 years? He's done stuff wrong. But guess what? When he's done stuff wrong, I went to him like I would go to you if you did something wrong to me. How would I go? Would I come up to you and be like, "Pow"? I wouldn't. I would never hit none of y'all, right? Because I know that we out in the world. I can't hit you. We might have to do some business together, right? But I treat my blood, the child that I brought up, any old kind of way. And so my whole point is that nobody ever stops and analyzes and says, well, what do I have to do to be able to get them to have respect? What do I have to do to be able to have them be able to listen, do the things they're supposed to do? What am I trying to raise? So am I trying to have another child who, when he gets a child, the way he deals with them is beat them? So now it's your grandchild, and I bet you by the time you become a grandchild and you see your child, that little kid get beat, you're like, what the heck is going on? Because I've seen my daughter pop my grandson, and I'm like, yo, please don't hit this little dude. Why?
But beating sound like old school. That sound like when you say beat, it sound like
There's a
nowadays,
difference between.
It's a difference.
After
like,
you get past, so we talk about the different types of fathers. After you get past the toddler age, where you might pop them on the butt, every other time, anything your kid has done, they knocked the TV down, they broke a dish, whatever, it's an opportunity to have a conversation with them. Hitting them just says, I'm upset with you. I'm mad, so I'm going to hit you.
So what happens after when you had this conversation multiple times? I'm not into hitting,
More
but
conversations.
I would jack them up a little bit. I would
All I'm saying is that I guess the way I look at it, like, and this is just me. I'm pitching my idea. Yeah. You guys are gonna do whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole thing is that we got to spend more time maximizing our words, our okay, well, you know what? Instead of hitting you, let me get that phone. Let me get that video game system. Let me get and then holding up. So we're gonna hold this stuff for like a week. Now it's a week, it's 2 weeks, whatever the amount of time. But every single time a parent, a father, let's just talk about fathers. Forget about mothers today. A father lays his hand on his child, it pushes them away from them and not brings them closer to them. And our whole thing is that we're trying to be closer to them. We're trying to, I'm trying to have a relationship. Do you realize as many kids as you got, you're in a relationship with them for the rest of your life. That's your whole life. You're gonna be in. So when they're older, it's like, Dad, remember that time you slapped me in the head with a microphone? Mm-hmm. That's a weird relationship. Yeah, remember all those times you were beating me, Dad, with the belt? It's weird. Like, wow, that's uncomfortable conversation. Yeah. And so it's like, but if you think about your best friends, not to say you've never had a fight with your best friends, maybe you have, but 99% of the time, you guys you get upset with them, you forgive them. Mm-hmm. They do something wrong, you forgive them. You love them inside your heart. You might not even say it to them. Some of your people, you look up to them, you say, man, I really like this guy. And then you go home and you turn into a monster on your kid because he broke a dish. Something for us to think about.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I've jacked friends up because I love them that much.
Well,
so I was trying to show them, like, you can't be doing that. Like,
right.
It's bad. Like, it's not a good look.
All I'm saying is that I'd rather you jack up friends than your kids.
I think these kids are soft nowadays.
Yeah.
I think they're
What does
really,
that
really
mean?
soft, man.
What does that mean?
I feel like, like Keek says, it's a respect thing. I feel like their respect is very low for adults. Mm-hmm. And I could speak on my 7-year-old son.
Yes.
I see it. He senses weakness.
Mm-hmm.
He will try to play you immediately.
Definitely. They smart.
Yeah.
I work with teens.
Yeah.
With psych teens.
Me too.
That, they come from some broken homes, but none of them, the discipline is off. Like, I see it.
I just want you guys, when you leave here today, I want you to think about it.
So, I'll make it real quick. So the beating thing, anybody who knows me knows my mother. Mm-hmm. My mother is straight disciplinary.
Yeah.
Got the stamina. Mm-hmm. That is the most impressive thing that impresses me as a father today.
Yeah.
She got stamina.
Right.
Meaning she's going to whoop you every single time. Mm. That alone right there is hard to do. Mm. Okay? You might let them slip by a couple times. You might let them slip by a lot of times. Get them once. Never slip. Right. Mm-hmm. Every single time you're getting a whooping.
Until when?
Forever.
Forever?
Forever.
Okay.
And there's nothing to talk about.
Right. No, I was gonna say, like, when did you get to the age where you were like, I'm not getting any more whooping?
The punchings in the chest.
Right. So like 15?
Yeah, around there, 15, 16. Yeah, I got too big.
Yeah.
And then I started getting money.
Right.
I turned into the man too early.
But okay. So what did you learn? Did you get the discipline?
I think I did.
Oh, okay.
I think I did. I mean, it was harsh. Did it have to be that harsh? No, but again, I wasn't the easiest kid either. You know, I was.
So you're telling me
really
you
do-
deserved all that?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, a lot of it.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you see, it's kind of like what Keith said. You know, what Zoe say, like, yo, you getting raised in a single mother household. Who's to say that she got the patience for all that?
Right.
Snap.
Yes, I just realized all of this. Like,
Yeah.
like you grew up in a 2-family household.
I did.
None of us did.
Yeah.
So like it was just my mom,
So-
and so we was running around.
So tell me the
acting-
difference. Tell me the difference because I
My
got
mom had to watch. Like I had to.
But
be,
right now, all of you're in a 2-family household.
Yep.
You're in a 2-family household.
Yep.
I'm in a 2-family household.
Still single.
Single. Okay.
Yep. But the difference is that I think my mom did certain things to me, and I see the anger in her, and then even after she would do stuff,
You just you said the anger word. You just said
yes.
anger. Okay.
I can see why, because she was
So when we're disciplined, when we're angry,
because this was because she fears for my life, and I would do stupid stuff that I could die.
right.
So then she would discipline me in that way because I would do those
But
things.
Zoe, I'm not talking about you.
No,
I'm
just
talking
saying.
about Zozo. I
No,
know
no.
what happened to you.
I'm saying what-
I already
what-
know what happened to all of us.
I think it's different.
I
That's
want
why
to
it's
know about
different.
Zozo.
That's why I think it's different. I think it's different from like back then. I grew up, and when I was in high school, that's when the Salitos and all, there was 80 people dying in summer. Like
Yes.
12 people died this summer. They was like, ooh, they're going crazy.
Yes.
80-something people died when I was in high school.
Right.
During the summer. And I lived right there.
Yes.
So she was like, why are you doing this? So the anger in her, because she could have lost me. She
That's a fact.
beat me.
That's a
She'd
fact.
do things.
There's a lot
So
of reason why we
I-
moved
mother
out of
used to
Hartford
say-
to
But
Manchester. and
what's your
stuff like-
son's name?
Well, Nas.
Nas.
It's
Oh yeah,
Jada.
Nas. Right.
Nas, yeah.
Right. Okay. I know what happened to JG. I know what happened to you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Nas though.
Yeah, we don't
This
whoop
is-
Nas.
this
like
comes-
that.
I don't
Nas
whip Zoe.
deserves
But this,
whoopings.
but this
Yeah,
the
I don't
difference
whip
though.
Zoe either.
We didn't have fathers, so
Yes.
Right.
the fathers didn't whoop us.
Right.
Mothers whooped us.
'Cause
So
she thought-
even with me now, I don't beat my kids.
Yeah.
But the mothers is more disciplinaries than the fathers.
But what I'm saying is, as husbands, as boyfriends, whatever role we're taking, somebody has to set the standard in the house. So I'm saying this is just we're supposed to be talking about balance, but what I'm saying is like a lot of times we get into fatherhood and we're parenting, and we never ever sat down and said, hold up, how am I about to parent? I got this little baby. And it's not until the first time when they're like two and a half, they do the first little thing, and we respond by hitting them. We never even sat down and said, like, hold up, what is my parenting style? What am I gonna do when my kids do things that they're not supposed to do? How am I gonna discipline them? We never even think about it. We just do.
But you're asking people to think about that in honesty.
Yeah.
You're asking pretty much teenagers to think about that.
Yeah.
And they don't know. So like all those things you're saying, those are valid things for an adult, a full adult, to think about what's my parenting style.
Yes.
But if you 18 and 19, you had a baby, you don't even like her, you just
How
did
old is
whatever.
your youngest child?
My youngest,
Yeah.
one.
He just had one. He started over.
What
No,
you
no,
talking about?
no.
He's
I'm
a grown
saying,
man. I'm
no.
selling this to him right now.
no, but I'm saying when you're young, the
I'm
younger-
selling.
When you're 18 years old, the 18-year-old Keith wasn't talking. Well, he wasn't thinking about.
If the 18-year-old, keep in mind, I had my
Yeah.
first kid when I was 19 too.
Right? Did you say that to yourself?
No.
Right.
This is me, but I'm selling to the people right now. I'm saying this is my message to whoever's listening. I don't care if you're 18 or 50. I don't care how old you are. What I'm saying is, right now, if you have a baby, my goal, my hope for that baby, boy or girl, is that you never lay your hands on them because you don't have to.
Okay. Right.
And when you're disciplining them, if you actually spent this time, you say it's a 1-year-old, it's a boy or girl?
Boy.
A boy. And we got this idea about our sons too. I mean, if we really get into sons, it's getting even crazier. But it's like you just said something about them not being tough. They need to be tougher. It's like, what world are we preparing them for?
This world.
Life.
Which world are we preparing them for?
Well, it's a good question, right? We were talking about consistency,
Yeah.
hard work, discipline.
Yeah.
You know, that's tough. That's tough. You know, that takes a tough person
Yeah.
to get up every day, do the same thing, believe in yourself, faith.
And
you taking a whooping, that's easy compared to what you need to do in life.
If you're not
How
mentally
about
tough,
did you
gonna
work
quit.
out this morning?
What
Just
I'm
work out.
What I'm saying to you is that, okay, the world that we live in right now, I always tell my wife, I say, this is the Matrix. We get up and go to work out. We go to work. But if we're in the real world, like we're in Gaza, Congo, Ukraine, all the places where people just getting blown up off, that's the real world. That's where things are really popping every day, right? If we lived in that world, we would have different problems. We'd have different ideas.
I think we do. Man, we got mass shootings. We really do. We really do.
Okay.
I listen. I'm saying all this, but I really agree with you. Like, I don't like to put my hands on my kid because I don't want to have to be that irritated that it took me there.
Right.
Right. Nothing, ever.
But every time you say anger and irritated, that's the whole point I'm making is that if I'm trying to discipline you, if I'm a parent and my goal is to discipline, then that means that I have a plan on how I discipline. I'm not disciplining out of anger. I'm disciplining because I'm saying, okay, I got to teach this kid a lesson so that they don't do this thing again.
So what I learned in a 2-family household is you got a good cop and bad cop. So in my household, the mom might discipline, but I'm gonna talk to my son like it happened because of this,
right?
And this what you got to do for it not to happen again,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So as a dad, we look masculine and we look, like the guy that's doing the discipline, but I'm really talking to my kids, like saying like, what would you have did different?
Right.
Or what would have been if this was your kid? What would you do? So I'm making them think about it. Like, you can't be doing this type of stuff.
Well, I did my PSA today. You guys do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I did my PSA. Whatever you're gonna do, but at least, but let me ask you this: you're gonna think about it.
Yeah.
PSA.
What? Not whooping?
My idea. Yeah. You're gonna
I'm done. I don't have no kids.
You're done.
I'm not beating my son again. I'm too old. I ain't touching him in so long. I'm done.
Yeah.
Right now, you mess up, bro. It's
Life's
eventually.
gonna teach you this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out. It'll get to you.
We gotta,
Worse than the beating. You rather
we
me
gotta
hit you.
toughen our kids up though.
Yeah.
It could be mentally tough, or
One of the things we keep talking about toughening our kids up. One of the things I realize that I've learned is that life is harder than we think. Like when you have your life and it's going good, like us, you think life is a breeze. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get up every day, I put on my little outfit, I come to my office, do my job. It's a breeze. But then I look right over to the right of me, and somebody else is struggling. They like drowning. Like they're like going backwards. I can see them like they live with their mom. They're trying to, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like for people that are doing well, it's like so it's like I always thought that if you do the right things, life is just gonna fall in line for you. But sometimes life will slap you in the face when you're not expecting it. And I think that we kind of take that for granted a little bit, that we're doing good. That, like me, take me for example. I have kidney failure right now. Now, I don't walk around like, yo, I got kidney failure, guys. I try to keep a positive attitude, but I could very easily, like I just said before the podcast, right? I was like, I never recovered from dialysis yesterday. And so it's like life is always sending us tests. And it's like what we're trying to do with our kids is help them get to the point where they're able to deal with what's going to come, because stuff is going to come.
Definitely.
I think you just do your best as a parent, man. Nobody can really tell anybody how to parent. Like you said, everybody got their own style. What you do is what you do. Hopefully at the end of the day, the child grows up and has a successful life, whatever that is, in that person's mind.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this: how do you balance it all? I mean, we've gone on a whirlwind so far. I'm sorry for the soapbox moment. Sometimes I get a little excited in this.
It's for the views.
Yeah, it must be. I told my whooping story like for the 18th time. All right.
So how do we balance?
Yeah, like we started off talking about, we're entrepreneurs. You have family, you have fatherhood, you have relationships, you have other people. How do you keep everything kind of like in line?
First, with me, I'm big into meditation.
Okay.
So just me, just knowing myself and just thinking and visualizing and stuff like that. Like that's one thing that I do to help me balance. And just staying positive and just staying away from negativity and negative people. You know what I'm saying? Knowing who in your corner.
Yep. Okay.
Things like that.
Yep.
Big. Yeah, staying positive is big. Having faith is big. It's very hard to have balance, my opinion, when you're an entrepreneur, got big dreams. And it goes into this book I was reading. I'm always saying that. It's going into this book I was reading. I think it's Tim Grover. He wrote a book about Jordan.
Okay. Yep.
He said the things
Tim
that
McGraw.
one or two.
Yeah, it's McGraw.
He used to mention the similarities between Kobe and Jordan. And one of the similarities was it was about winning. It was about winning.
Yeah.
That's it. That's why when Kobe had that moment and the reporter said to him, you're not happy? And he said, happy for what? It's not over.
Yeah, I just saw that the other day. It was crazy.
It's not over.
Right. It's only the second game.
It's only the second game.
Yeah.
Right. So as far as the balance, when you're trying to win, when you're winning, it's crazy to say. It's almost like you don't care about balance. I don't care about the balance.
Yeah.
I deal with that when I'm done winning.
When you're winning at work.
When I'm winning at whatever I want to do.
Okay.
Like it's crazy to say because I'm saying it.
Yeah.
But that's what it is for me. I'm out to win.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that's it.
But what area are you trying to win in?
Life is one big game to me.
Okay.
And I'm playing Monopoly with it right now.
Yep.
And I got to win.
Yep.
So every day I'm getting up trying to win. So how I keep balance is a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And I put you in that schedule. If you don't fit in that schedule, I don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? No apologies given.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Winning is big. In my family, winning is big. Like with my son. So my son, he went and played for UConn or whatever, got a scholarship in football.
Oh, okay.
Played at UConn. But growing up, we used to break the second place trophies.
Yeah.
Like, people ain't like that, but this what I was teaching him. Like, it's good to get it. Like, you got it, but that's not the goal.
Right.
That's not what we not practicing doing all this practicing to be second place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some people just happy with just getting there.
Mm-hmm.
But as a father, I was on them telling them we gotta be the best. We gotta be the top.
Right.
So.
So what do you want to add?
Well, yeah, like I'm on a schedule.
Yeah.
I do the same thing Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that. I do my affirmations in the morning. Do my 3-6-9 map. So I'm about. I worry about me, so I can help other people. So I'm concentrating on me all the time. So I can help my family.
So you're number one.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yep. So I make sure I'm good health wise. Take care of my health. Right. My business. I'm always trying to do something with my business. That's every day. Monday, 7 days a week, I'm at the office doing whatever. So I just keep that routine, just like before. I know if I go there every day, something's gonna come from it, and it does all the time. Like it never fails.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stay consistent in what I'm doing, and I know that works. And even along the lines when I'm reading, researching, whatever, and I find something else that I think that can help me, I'll add it.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for that as well. Something I think can add to, I guess, what Malik say is what we call it is go shopping type thing, right?
Yeah.
So I add things to my repertoire, so to say, all the time, as far as how I could think, how I could be more proficient, how I could be all those things,
Yeah.
right? So so that's basically the schedule thing is big, and that's through schooling, right? So some schooling is good in a sense to teach you how to schedule things, how to be on time for things. Most people have a hard time of being on time, so that's the business part. Most people can't start a business because they can't be on time. They're not accountable. They're not accountable. The best ability they say is accountability, and most people can't be accountable. So I try to be accountable.
So
Say what I mean and do what I say. Everything, right? And that's why we do. That's why we put it out. The affirmation thing. I'm gonna have a network, 10 shows, maybe 8 shows. If I keep saying that, I don't want to walk around and you look at me like this guy's lying. So that kind of keeps me going. So I've same thing with the Good Morning Slackers thing. That's all for me. people say, hey, this is great. It helps me. I'm glad it helps you, but really it's for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's all for me. I don't care if you look at it or not.
Right.
I just do it for myself because I can go back and read it for myself. So I think it's putting things in your mind that you know that's gonna. If it's your son, you gotta look at your son, your family every morning. You need to look at something every morning to make you go put that day in the bank. Whatever you doing that day, put something in the bank. So this day's over. I did a lot of stuff today.
Yeah.
Day's over. Wakes up. I do it again, and then eventually you look back. You done did all this stuff.
It's amazing.
You know, a lot of times. So like with me, I think I used to be. I've been in business almost 20 years, right? And in the first 15 years, I probably was like go every day. But since I got sick, since I got kidney failure, I've been very different. I'll be like, yeah.
What you got?
Yeah.
You got Deshaun.
I'm like, right. And I see my wife.
Yeah, she's
she's like a beast. Like she's like,
yeah.
in the time when I got sick, she like basically went to Super Saiyan level.
Yeah, she is.
But sometimes I'm watching her and I'm like, if I was like that, god damn. But my whole point is like,
wait. But you were like that when you were.
I was like that.
You were just like
yeah.
that.
But the thing is that when you're like that at work, this is the point I was trying to say to you is that when I'm like that here, then I look at me and my kids. So my oldest daughter, my middle daughter, my son. And so I was like, like their mom takes care of certain things with the kids. I'm going to go do what I got to do. I got to do my people. I got to do the dream. I got to get on my ice cream truck. I got to, I'm just doing whatever I'm doing, right? But since I like stopped doing all that stuff, it's kind of like I want to make a deeper relationship with my daughters and my son, and the balance is changing. I think as I'm changing, the balance is like because when I come to work, and I've always been like this. I might have before I was on the grind, but I always believed that the grind isn't about doing a lot of stuff. Like in my job, it's like if I get one deal this week, it's been a good week. It's like my deals are not like some people's deals are like I got to get 10 deals to make something happen.
I just need one.
If I get one,
Yeah, I'm good today.
this month is good.
Yes, sir.
We're done.
Yes, sir.
And so it's really that mindset of who could I get that one deal with this month? Who do I need to talk to? And so like there's months obviously I don't get a deal, right? But then there's other months like today I got 2 deals. And so I could basically take a nap for the next month. I don't got to do nothing. I don't want nobody to know that. If you want to do a deal, hit me up. But you know what I'm saying? So,
Would you take it out?
Yeah, I might take a nap.
I can't think like that.
Yeah, right.
Well, it depends on what kind of deals you get. I'm just saying.
But even
The deal I got today, I'm just telling you, I'm good this year. Let me ask you this question. This is a question I would like to know.
Yeah.
How long are you going to do it?
See, that's a good question. Go ahead, Keith. Go say what you was gonna say.
how long I'm gonna do it?
Yeah. How long? Like
Forever.
before. Okay, that's how I used to
Forever.
think. I used to always say, I'm
Do
going
it,
to do
do
it.
it.
You know
forever.
why? You know why though?
Do what you're doing.
You know why? Because I could vacation and still do what I'm doing.
Okay.
I could move around and still do what I'm doing.
know.
So
It's a better question.
And I like doing what I do.
So you're saying at 80 years old,
My-
you're going to be like,
That's the question. It's a different question. You got to
What's-
ask the question.
what's the question?
If you didn't have to, would you still do it?
Yes.
Like I don't know if I don't have to. No, I don't think so.
I will.
You want to be
No. The
I don't
question
have
is,
to. I'll do
okay,
what I want. Like, man.
the
you
follow-up
don't have
question would be, if you didn't have to, right, would you still do it? But what would you do? Because you would do something.
Oh yeah, I know exactly.
There's
what
something
I would
that you would do. What would you do?
Oh God, I would travel, man. I
would
like
travel?
Oh man.
So
I
listen,
would
so
travel.
when I'm 80, I'm gonna have a Rise and Grind travel club.
Okay.
So we're gonna
That's
be old
what
and
you're gonna be
we're
doing.
gonna travel.
That's great.
We're gonna travel and we still because Rise and Grind is a
It's a brand. Yep.
But it could still be that without you, and you can still get money off that when you don't doing nothing. That's what
Never
I'm
gonna
saying.
not do nothing.
No, but you can. But I'm saying you could because you could have something that's making money over here, and you're not even attached to it, but it's yours, and you're getting profits off of it. But you're no longer.
JG,
on
how
the
long are you
grind
going to
with it.
do it? How long are you going to do it?
Well, I absolutely love what I do.
Yeah.
I think I would still do it.
Yeah, I say,
It's a game to me.
And you
So-
don't gotta
so-
be touching buttons, but
No, I guess before 50, like if this was 5 years ago,
yeah.
and I was sitting in this chair, I'd be like, I'm gonna do it till I die. I'm gonna do it. But now I'm like, yo, I'm gonna make a few $1 million, and I'm gonna walk away from this joint, and they're gonna still send me a check, and somebody else will be in here working, and I'm gonna get a check. I'm gonna get a check.
Yes.
For the rest of my life.
So you still doing it?
No, but I'm never gonna walk in here.
That's
Right.
what you.
That's what I mean.
There's gonna be a day where I walk out,
That's what I mean.
and it won't even be this building. It's gonna be a bigger building.
Right,
but
but
it's gonna, I'm gonna
be
walk
here.
out, and I'm never gonna go back.
Never.
But you still gonna be running the business.
No, I'm not gonna be running.
No,
the
I'm gonna get
business.
money from the
I'm just gonna
business.
get a check.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a check.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Like that.
Get a
So,
check.
so my whole thing is, and then what would I do? I think I would still do I like doing like the Manhood Tree stuff. I would do the podcast.
When you wanted to, though.
You know,
it won't be it wouldn't be as much urgency is what I'm saying.
I don't
Because
feel
you
like we're urgent. Most of the,
no, yeah,
I feel
no.
Do you feel like we're urgent? Do you?
Whenever we talk, come on, man, come on. Man. Everything's like you gotta do this, but I don't think it would be
but
that
right
way
now
anymore.
we're in the
It
mix.
wouldn't.
I feel like right now we're
Right.
we're young, but I'm telling you, in my mind, I just told myself. I've been telling my wife now. I got 19 summers that I'll be coming in here.
No, that's right.
When I turn 70, I'm done. I ain't coming back.
See, I
and
gotta
70
do
is
that,
is old. That's past.
But then you're gonna find something else that you love.
Oh
And
yeah.
and
But it ain't gonna be a job. It's not gonna
Man.
be a business. It's gonna be now. The reason I asked that question, I do a lot of analysis of rich people. I watch billionaires, and I've been asking myself why are they still doing it? Well, if you're a billionaire, you could. Well,
See, that's that winning thing.
yeah. So it's like they. No, but I think
Trying to keep going.
the question becomes though, if I was a billionaire or somebody's a billionaire, that doesn't mean they get up and say, "Well, I'm just gonna do nothing with my life." They want to do something with their life.
You know what I think though?
What?
I think they do it because they want their kids to be billionaires. So they creating something big enough to pass down to keep creating billions.
Yeah. Well, I just been thinking a lot about that. Like, how long would I do what I do if I didn't have to do
So
it?
this is what I've been noticing. I'm gonna cut you off. This is what I've been noticing, right? For me, this year has been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been doing real estate 21 years. Right, started in 2002. I ended in 07 when the market crashed. I took 13, 14 years off. Probably one of the worst things I ever did. I've been number one in the United States.
Right.
I've been doing this for about 2.5 years now.
Yep.
I came in, did 21 deals, doubled it at 41. I'm over 100 deals
This year,
this year, and I really didn't start getting checks till March.
killing it.
So we had like 4 or 5 months really of transactions, right?
Right.
So in my head, my goals is 200 to 300 transactions this year.
Yep.
So I'm saying to myself, as hard as I'm going, like you're saying, do I really want it? Because I'm going hard. Do I really want to go hard 7 days a week, 12, 14 hours
And the
a
deals
day?
you're doing big deals, small deals. You do all type of.
I mean, you got to understand where we're from. My deals is, I mean, look, my checks is, they all right.
Yeah. No, but if you were able to do $1 million deal.
I still would be doing it.
No, I'm not saying you wouldn't be doing. I was gonna say, how many deals would you think you needed to do at that level?
Oh, that's different. Yeah, but I do different. I do it for the volume.
Yeah.
Because the volume creates the future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you do enough volume, it becomes like a
So you're a
rotation.
quantity over quality.
Oh, facts. Because it's going to come back. You know, I
I'm
could
a
be just here
I'm
right
a
now, my phone
quality
ring.
over quantity.
I hear you.
Yeah, me too.
I would rather do 12 deals this year, 12, 10, 7. I'll do 7 deals this year.
Yeah.
And we'll be straight.
Who's to say those deals going to come back and that you know?
No, next year I'll do another 7. Maybe I'll do 5.
But I feel like you get addicted to what you love though. So if you did 7,
Yeah.
next year I'll be like, man, I think I could do 14.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm getting $1 million a deal or 100,000, 200, 300, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
but the thing is that like I was saying, it's not hard. It's not easy to get the deals.
Right,
You
that's
got to
what
make
I'm
the
saying.
deals happen.
That's
you know?
why you only want 7 because you get
It's like-
7 out of 15
like-
racks a piece. You only need 7.
It's like
instead of getting 12 out of
Everything has
1,000.
to line up.
I'm trying to get the deal that got 10 racks each one.
Going
I
from-
get one of those
going
a month,
from-
I'm gonna chill for a little
Going
bit.
from a for-profit to a non-profit, it's like totally different ball game. When I was doing for-profit, I had your mindset. It was all numbers. If I could I need to have, like when I started, I was like, I need 100 staff so I could be able to do my business. Boom. So all of them are working. I get paid off for all their work. Easy. Now when you come in a nonprofit world, it's like Now they'll give you the money on the front
Yeah,
end.
that's a big difference.
They,
That's a
they
big-
be like,
that's a
yo,
big difference.
here's $2 million.
Go do it.
And then go do the work. And it's like,
and show us.
ah.
Yeah,
So
but now
it's a different. And so now I'm like, oh, do I? Before I had to build up to $2 million. I had to every day we had to get the 100 staff to go do all the work. By the end of the year, it's like, oh, you made $2 million. Now it's like I can get $2 million in January.
So will you always be on the board? Pardon me.
Yeah. Nope.
So you're gonna be off the board still.
When I turn 70 years old, I might stay on for a little. My goal, my hope, is that my son is wants to do this work. My daughters are
you
both
have to be
teachers.
getting passive income from something.
Yeah, I got other stuff.
But that's what I'm looking at. Like
The whole thing I was talking to you about the housing. I'm still working that. I'm not. I haven't given up that.
All right, so
You know, I'm
so I see where you're coming from. That's a
Yeah.
little different because you're still in it, but you're not in it.
Yeah, my goal is to. It's like I'm setting up systems where basically I get a check, but I don't have to. Like
there.
even right now,
That's
I
what you
could
just
come.
talking about.
I
Yeah,
could
you
come
gotta
in
be
this
there.
office right now. Right now, I could come in here. There's things that are happening that I don't have nothing to do with because somebody else is responsible for that.
But so what I was looking at, like when you said that, was like, okay, you built it up.
Yeah.
And you just sold the business.
No,
So if you sell the business now, you don't.
it's a
got no-
nonprofit now. It's not sellable. It's somebody's got to take over, and we're gonna put the people in position that we want. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just the whole thing is for me is that I think there has to be there's a day for me in 19 years where I want to get up. Maybe I don't want to go do nothing. I don't know. I'm just telling you today what I think I might want to do. In 20 years, I might be like, I was lying. Hey guys, let's go back
we
on the
don't know.
podcast. Let me tell you, I'm actually 70 and I'm feeling great. I'm not going anywhere.
But you can still do nothing because you own the business.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, my job. I don't want to say I don't do nothing, but like I said, my job is to get the deal. It's a different. It's not the same way people look at work. You know, like some
you're
people
still working.
Yeah, I'm
gotta
working.
get that deal.
I'm preparing to get the deal right now every day. And so, you know,
That's work though.
well, yeah, I'm
gotta
not,
get
I'm
the-
not
you
saying I'm
just
not
not-
working.
you
I'm
just
not.
not-
I'm not. I'm not trying to
You
sell.
said you don't want to work. I want to go.
I don't want to work hard. I don't ever want to work hard. I don't. If you guys ever see me breaking a sweat, I want you to say stop. I don't want to be a part of that.
This was a great show
This is a great show.
this is the
We've
best
been
one
all
I've
over
done.
the place. Where we
Yeah,
hit
it's been
some
all
good
over the
points.
place.
because we can go on probably for another hour.
We've been
Yeah.
all over the place.
Get
All
the
right.
deal. That's the.
So we're
That's it.
JG is wrapping us up
the
today.
deal.
Actually, all right. Listen, we
That's
like
for you too. It matches and everything. That's
we
for
like
you.
we like to
That's for you actually.
we like to end the show with two things. I'm gonna come to you first.
Yep.
We like to talk about some manhood ish you did in the last week, or I'll even extend it out in the last month. And the second thing is we would like you to give the audience a little brotherly advice. So some manhood ish, and we're just not using a curse word that you did in the last week. Let's start off with-
Explain that to me.
Man, like,
anything
you took out the garbage,
anything you might consider manhood,
right? But it's
manhood
it
like
could be
you know,
level, higher level than that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So some manhood ish that I did
yeah.
this past weekend was I brought my kids to the music fest.
Yeah.
They was able to build with other kids, and I got to see. I actually put on the music fest with some partners,
Yep.
and then we was able to bring kids to see acts and see what adults are doing and having fun. And it was a bunch of vendors. It was over 30 vendors there. So
Yep.
we got to spend money with black businesses
I love it.
and vendors. It was beautiful.
Put my
man.
people down for a table for next year.
Okay.
You
Gotcha.
heard that? Put any video down for a table for next year too.
Got you.
Put down what's the name of your real estate?
5-star real.
5-star real estate for a table
you.
for
That's
next year.
three. That's three.
I don't know. I'm just speaking for people.
That's
I don't
three.
It's
know.
okay.
Yeah, right.
I
We'll,
did it.
we'll do it.
I just made a deal. See?
See how he working.
Yo, you hang out with me. You never know. See how it
I
happens?
like that. I like that.
You got 3 deals, and we never gave a deal out at the podcast.
True. And I came in with the hat bag too. So
I was
y'all
thinking he might give us a free hat. That's all.
Got a bag full of hats. I was like, oh,
I was wondering what that was.
You know, hey, listen.
Yo, that's how you. Okay, so
Action.
Bag
so the
full of
kids were
tricks.
able to see you doing what you do.
Yes.
And so it's like maybe at some point they get involved in the process.
My 4-year-old was following me around the whole time with his
I love
football.
I love it.
But following
How
me
many kids
around.
you got now?
I got 4 kids and I got 1 stepson.
it.
That's like my son.
Yeah, you said a 1-year-old.
Son. And I got a 1-year-old. 1-year-old, a 4-year-old,
See, that'll keep you young.
a 16-year-old turning 16, and a 24-year-old.
Yeah.
Sounds like me.
So, you know.
JG, tell me some manhood.
That's brotherly advice.
Oh no, we'll come back to that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Little manhood issue did this week.
My days is a blur.
I know what you did. I already saw it on Facebook. Just
Something he saw on
saw you at the
Facebook.
park with Nas. I saw y'all was doing some pause. That's dope, yo.
You know,
Pull ups at the park.
this is what I did. This is what I
Okay.
did. This is what I did.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know, like the real me.
Yeah.
The real me. I'm not trying to help nobody.
Yep.
I'm on go mode. I don't got time. That's the real me.
That's the real you.
So my boy had a football game this weekend, and I've been working, and he'd be like, Dad, because I used to bring him to his wrestling all the time, and things changed. My schedule picked up and all that. I stopped going. I got him a driver, all that good stuff. And I kept saying to myself, because this guy came to me, and he was like, you ever heard that song? I forget the song. It's an old school song about how his son didn't really get to see him till he was older, and then now the son ain't had time for the father. I forget the song.
Right, true.
8 different types of father. Yep.
Remember, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, damn, you know, that's kind of true. So let me take a little step out. Instead of working at 8, let me stop at like 7, go out there to the practice. So I've been going to his practice, and I've been showing him. I've been coaching him outside of the coaching, showing him what to do. Right? So he had a game. They lost 28-0.
Wow.
But my son did
Wow.
excellent. Right?
Oh, he did a good job.
Wait. Yo, you know what? He needs to go to Adi's game
Yeah.
and hang around Adi because Adi he's gonna be like Adi. Yo. He's big like that. He's like a kid who's gonna play D line, offensive line.
Yeah.
So he can see like Adi in high school, see how
future.
big he is.
Yes.
You know how you brought him to the Ichiban? You should bring him to you go to Rockville game. Let him meet his
Oh
son.
yeah, I would do.
would
Yeah,
love it.
yeah,
He would
we
love
could do
it.
that. We could
He would
do
love
that.
Yeah.
And I'll wrap it
My,
up. What
my
I
son
did
will be
was
smashing people this year.
Yo.
what I did was I seen these kids. They lost, but there was another little kid, and I said to him, I said, you know what? I'll be practicing with my son for an hour after practice, every practice till the lights go off.
Yeah.
I said, I don't mind if you come out there. Ask your mother if it's all right. And he asked his mother, and he came back. He said, my mother said it was okay, sir. I said, all right, man, I'm going to work with you. So when I leave here, I'm going to start working with him an hour after practice
Nice.
every day.
That's dope.
Yeah. That's some good manhood ish.
Yeah.
What you guys though?
Well, my son started school this week,
Nice.
college last week.
Give him
so
a round of applause for
I
that.
want, you know what I mean? So I did what I wish I had, man.
Yeah.
I took him. I went to the class, helped him with his schedules, make sure he got the right classes. Like, yo, don't be taking these.
Wow.
Take these so you can get. If you get these classes, these electives, it's painting
Right.
and music.
Nice.
Take these, you'll get A's in these,
Right.
and you'll be in the dean's list after this semester instead of taking microeconomics like I was. So I just kind of walked him through the whole thing.
You hooked him up.
Yes, went to
Okay.
the class, sat outside the classroom
Yeah.
while he was in there for supposed to be an hour and 15. So the professor came late, like 5:45, right?
Oh.
So 6:45, I'm thinking the class over. I look up, it's not over. They get out like 7:45. So I'm like, yo, why is the class so long? Well, he came late. He did all these things. I'm like, yo, you should leave, and you should tell him he can't do that. What people may have jobs or whatever, it's supposed to be from 5:15 to 6:45. He kept you out at 7:45 because he was late.
Yeah.
But they're all like high school kids in there.
Yeah.
So they're all just listening to the teacher. I'm like, he ain't the teacher, he a professor.
Right.
And you paying for this class. So I had to like explain stuff to him like, nah. So he went down today with the wife, figured it all out. He's out of that class because
You didn't like that guy.
that guy wasn't right, and he's in another class.
I like this fatherhood.
And
stuff
now
you're doing.
he's like, yo, let's go. I want to take a class with him. I'm like, yo. He's like, no, Dad. I'm like, yo, what class you taking? I want to be in the class in the back room.
Take painting with him.
You know,
take
he
an
likes.
easy
He was
class.
like, your painting is great.
Take an easy class.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, my manhood ish this week. I had a conversation with my son. He was over his friend's house. They have like 8 friends. They're just chilling. 2 girls show up, and one of the girls goes out with one of the guys.
Yep.
So now those 2 go into a room.
Uh-oh, it's 1 in 7.
And now it's one girl with the 7 other guys.
Yeah.
And so I was telling him, son, you gotta go home with that.
Yes. Yeah.
You gotta go home when
Get out
that
of there.
happens.
Get out
because
of there.
You never know what can happen.
Get out of there.
Now, your friends are all nice guys.
Football team too. Get out of there.
But at any given time, somebody could say any given
Anything.
thing. And so I had to explain to him, like, yo, look at yourself.
I wanted to say.
Look at you.
Was he different than all of them?
No, they're all all his friends are black guys.
Okay, all right. Oh,
And
that's
so-
that's I don't.
And they're all big like that. And so I said to him, yo, the reason why I know you think you guys are all friends. Oh, it's just one of our friends. She's a girl. No. Every single day, one girl is in a room with 7 guys, and it doesn't always end right.
Yes.
And
don't
so
be in there.
sometimes people do things that you don't know why they do it, but it could turn into a bad situation. So you don't have you have a car. You could just get in your
Remove
car
yourself, yep.
and leave. And so next time that happens, you say to your boys, "Peace, I'm out of here,"
Yep.
and leave.
Got to too.
And it's just for safety.
Yes.
So that was a little. I try to have any time when there's like something where I see my son doing something like I've been through or whatever, I try to give him like the game on it. We have like real conversations about it because it's like it's no where else he gonna learn,
Right.
except then he gets the experience and then so.
Right.
All right, we'll start with you. A little brotherly advice.
I'll just keep going, man. Have faith. Keep going. Don't give up. I know it sounds cliche, but don't give up.
I love it. So what you got?
Brotherhood. Brotherhood's forever.
Yes.
Just like
Fatherhood is
fatherhood. So
forever.
you got to
Brotherhood.
check on your friends, man. Just
Brotherhood check-in.
check on your friends. You know if they struggling or not. They're your friends. So holler at them. Talk
Yeah.
to them for a little bit. Check in. Make sure they're doing good. If you can help them,
I like
help
it.
them.
I would say find a way to mastermind with people.
Oh, that's
Yes.
a great one.
People that,
We
some
should do that
like-minded
more.
People, some yes, but it's hard though, because it's like you got to get the right people. You can't mastermind with anybody.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
I would really like if you set that up, I'll come.
okay.
Cause
okay.
I love
This is masterminding right here.
this is a
Definitely.
good mastermind.
Definitely.
I love to hear about business. I love to talk about ideas, and I think that as men, we don't do enough of it. Like
At all.
we just kind of like stay in our silos, and it's like so you got some good ideas, you got some good ideas, you got some good ideas, but we don't come and just
Right.
talk and say like this is where I am in the process. Like I have a couple of friends, they're about to start a business. And so I love hearing about like their beginnings because I've been through it already. So I can say, yo, let me tell you this. But I think we should do that for sure.
Should.
Right.
I think you need to meet. I always want Bling to meet Berthel. That's his name.
You should
Then
meet
meet Berthel.
He's a good guy.
And like,
yeah.
He's a real estate guy.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's the guy you talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
and like for the younger kids who don't understand what masterminding is, because
Yeah.
some people don't know.
Yeah.
It's just putting a bunch of different brains together
I like it.
and bouncing things off each other.
Most of the top dogs, that's what they do.
I know.
So you're gonna set it up before the end of the year?
I'm working on it.
You got the network.
I'm
like,
an action taker, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Yo.
it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
you
need
already
y'all
got
help,
3
though.
people coming.
I'm gonna need y'all help.
Yeah, we got 3.
I'm gonna bring 15 people with me. If you set it up, I'll bring 15 people.
That's powerful.
14. I'm with you.
You're gonna bring
I
40.
can bring
Oh,
myself.
I'm one of the 15.
one of my 15 is Zoe. Okay, now I'm down. I'm bringing my son.
So that's
bring
done.
My mom.
Yeah,
No.
we got spaces, and I got the Swift. I got all that spaces. I could use 4 hours a month for all the space.
See, we creating a
so you
business.
just go there
now.
right there.
So we
Easy.
already sponsored.
All types of
Put up
stuff.
sponsorship for next year,
Yep.
and now we got a spot for the
Spot,
mastermind.
man.
So stay tuned for the mastermind. My brotherly advice is, don't get caught up trying to be positive, like faking like you're positive when you're really feeling down. If you're feeling down, reach out to somebody for some support.
Yeah,
Get close enough to somebody that when you are not at your best, you could tell them that. And they could be able to say, hey, man, I hear you. I'm here for you. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out a way to get you back on track.
Dope.
Because far too many of us are faking the funk. You know, we're acting like everything is good all the time. We're laughing. We're chilling. but we're struggling on the inside. And so my brotherly advice is get close enough to somebody that when you're down, they can help bring you back up.
Stop playing.
All right. This has been another episode of the Manhood Tree Podcast. My name is Abdul Rahman bin Muhammad.
Ooh, I'm Zoe, baby.
We'll be back we'll be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
After Zoe goes on vacation.
You gotta go to the island, people.
And we'll be talking about the 10 different
Types of fathers.
the 10 different groups from the Manhood Tree curriculum.
Sorry about that.
We're looking forward to that. Tune in. Never stop dreaming. Ow!
Ow! We're out.